In this video, I'm going to introduce you to a friend of mine who is growing his own food. He's based quite a few miles away from me, up north in Scotland, and we've been talking for ages about his soil. And since he took the move at the beginning of the year to go no dig, I have been promising to help him understand a little bit more about his soil. So this is the first of a couple of short videos where we'll do a bit of a grower focus and look at what's going on. As you can see, I'm on another dog walk. It's a little bit colder here in the UK. It's kind of getting on for late October and the temperatures have just started to take a bit of a turn, so hence the woolly hat. But as usual, the dogs are having a whale of a time. Now, despite it being a couple of months on, we're going to jump back in time to around mid-August, and my friend Doug, based way up in Scotland in Aberdeenshire, has been producing his own food, growing vegetables for a number of years. Now, Doug is a huge outdoors person. He's into all things lively and ecological, and so naturally had been growing food for a while already. But like a lot of people, when lockdown 1 hit, he was contained to the location he lived in, and like a lot of people, did a bit of reading. And one of the things that stuck out to Doug was the idea of no dig, which is incredibly popular at the moment in all walks of life. I've talked about it in agriculture as min-till, or actually no-till, and it's been the same in kind of modern homesteading and allotments and horticulture. People are following a very strict method of producing food using the no-dig method. Now, I'm not going to go into no-dig per se in this video, but oh, this is nice. Actually, we will stop, have a look at these yellow-capped field mushrooms, I think. So we're not going to go into no-dig in this video, but suffice to say, Doug has embraced the idea, and at the beginning of the year, spring, he kind of moved over to this method of producing his food. Healthy snack of grass. Without further ado, we are going to hear from the man himself, Doug Blease, about his setup. He's going to give us a tour about what he was doing in August, and then I'll speak to you again after his tour.
Right, P at the Soil Hub. This is the garden. So we've got loads of potatoes here. So like potatoes, and then potatoes there as well. And so that was this year. So they'll get rotated out with something else once they're done, things for overwinter. And then these are like the beginnings of the overwintering lettuce and beetroots. So beetroot, carrots, lettuce, spinach, carrots, that kind of thing. Parsnips, so they won't get pulled till, sorry, it's not very focused. They won't get pulled until after frost. Otherwise, apparently they taste like shit. I don't really like parsnips anyway. So there's a little row there of like sneaky radish in there. Onions, beans, little baby beans waiting to go. And then here's an example of potatoes that I'm pulling, and then I'm putting in turnips after them. So it's turnips. There's a cheeky line of peas up there. And then there's some baby leeks in here, so there'll be like overwintering leeks. And then this is like a little test raised bed thing that I do for things that I'm not sure are going to work out, and then if they do work out, they get promoted to the big garden. I'll just reverse a little bit, but this bit covered in cardboard, that's going to be the next batch. But what we're standing on here is just a grassy field that was grazed by cows for 5 years, then it was cropped for 5 years, grazed by cows for 5 years, crops for 5 years. So it's kind of like it was grassland, so that's the rest of the field. It was grass. So it's been grass for 10 years now, probably 8 to 10 years. Grazed by cows, quite nice, good agricultural soils, loads of worms, that kind of shit. Good lot of clover in it. But yeah, essentially all this grass here will turn out to be veggies. Sort of right up to the pond there eventually. And then basically the soil inside the polytunnel is the same kind of soil. It's currently covered by cardboard as well, but it's the same field, same soil underneath. I'm killing off the grass with the cardboard, and then I'll eventually just I'll eventually fill this up with compost as I go. I just don't have enough compost to actually grow anything in here at the minute. And then that's the compost bays and the grass cut, kind of like grass cutting bay that I mix up with wood chip sawdust from the firewood heap, and then I cover it over, and I dump some cow dung in there from the farm and stuff, and I just kind of like try and mix and make something that I can use to grow in. But the two big wooden square bays, they're kind of like fill up the one on the right with trying to make compost, and I'll turn it into the empty one on the left, and then I'll fill the one up on the right whilst the one on the left is maturing, and so on and so forth. So yeah, let me know what you think. Basically, I suppose it's dig out some soil from that area there and put it under your microscope and tell me how wonderful it is. Okay, see you in a bit.
So there we go. I hope you enjoyed Doug's tour of his homestead. It's subsequently grown a little bit more, especially the work in the polytunnel, which maybe we'll get some updates in the future. If you would like to hear, drop me a comment below and we'll see if we can pin Doug down again. Now, even though it actually looked like it was snowing, it wasn't. Those were flies, lots of midges flying about. But jump forward a couple of months now, I've actually done some soil testing for Doug of the area he highlighted in the video. The plan is I'll do another short video looking at those results. We'll kind of go through some of the headlines, and then maybe if we can get hold of him, because he's a very busy man, especially with it being the ecology season and all, we'll see if we can get hold of Doug and have a short chat about what he thinks of the soil tests, maybe what actions he wants to take, and what his plans are for the future. So if you're not already following me, make sure you're subscribed and click the notification button, and then you'll get alerted when those videos do go up. Otherwise, if you enjoyed this, please give it a like. That helps the Google algorithms, or Facebook, wherever you're watching this, and it motivates me to do more content like this. So until the next video, I will see you soon.